Hello, welcome back to Higurashi.
Oh my goodness. Arc 4, the exciting arc.
Yes. I'm so excited, so ready.
Yeah. It looks like we've skipped like a lot of back and forth between this nerd and the other nerd that exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pretty strange.
You know what? It's all right. This just means that the anime directors expected us to be smarter than Ryukishi. Than Ryukishi expected, not smarter than Ryukishi, because Ryukishi is too smart.
I'm glad that we're actually doing this scene, though. I really thought we were just going to completely bypass a lot of this. It's kind of the impression that it gave me last time.
I mean, look, I just like seeing Irie be a good doctor who's like, God damn, you've been messing up this kid.
How did he get the surgery scar? See, this scene loses 90% of its meaning when we supposedly skip the part where he's faking it.
Yep. That said, I do like how, even though it's already gone, it's already ended, but like it puts us in Dr. Irie's shoes, I think, in a much like neater way, which I like. We're not in Jerry's headspace of like, how terrifying is this? We're in Irie's headspace of like, whoa, what happened to this kid? I need to like figure out what's going on. So that's cool. Which a bit more of a mystery.
I think isn't intrinsically more interesting than the alternative.
Yeah, but it's cool.
In execution is more interesting.
I think that's definitely the like cold opening. Like that's a good cold opening.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
We're in a place we've never seen before with characters we've seen once, except for Irie, who we know like committed suicide in the last arc. Like there's a lot of questions going on.
Yeah.
I think that in terms of gripping you for the start of a new episode, it's really good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we just had the lame old OP that you still hate.
There's nothing wrong with this OP. I just don't love it.
Okay, fair enough. You know what?
In fact, actually, let me correct myself.
Yeah.
There is something very wrong with this OP, and it's on screen, and now it's off screen.
I wasn't looking just then. I looked away. The twins? As in the fact that it's a spoiler, or the fact that it's just naked bodies everywhere?
It's just naked bodies. It's just unethical.
It is very unethical. It's the sexualization of the Higurashi characters. It's rampant in today's society. Good grief.
Here we go. Man, he looks edgy.
Back to the boys. Oh, I love the like blue suit, black hair combo.
It's pretty over the top.
It's great. He's about to go to war.
This is good though. I like, because we ended last episode on getting the wallet, which I thought was kind of better paced than normal for this series.
Yep.
Whoa.
What is Rika doing there?
What happened to the protests? Why is she just standing there?
There is no protest in this version of the scene.
That's so confusing.
We're just driving along. We don't have time.
I thought that the protest was, a key part of the misdirection of it.
We don't have time for flashbacks and protests and all that nonsense.
We also just didn't pass Irie on the way here, which is... Unless we're going to
happen later, I'm not sure.
Well, it normally would have happened like right now. So I guess it might yet.
Maybe it's about to happen. Who knows? Maybe they'll just like take a left turn into a ditch. Was that the explanation in the novel? He was like, I had to go take a dump. There's a wallet here. That's weird.
Yeah. I don't think that was the explanation. Oh, there it is. There's his car. What is this?
What?
He's sticking his head out the window as he's still going. Like, what's up, sucker?
He's not a safe driver. He was like a racer back in the day.
But like, the geometry of a man with that broad shoulders sticking just his head out the window and tilting it upright.
He's all mushed up against the wall, yeah.
Like, by the anime's logic, I have to assume that Uishi is made of liquid.
I agree. That makes more sense than anything in this damn show. Hey, it's these dudes.
I feel like I recognize that guy's voice.
Maybe. I don't know. Notably, no Okanogi in this adaptation, which saddens me. Go read the manga, guys.
Oh, right. You did say this was Okanogi in the manga.
In this, it's Okanogi and some other guy who definitely doesn't exist in any other When They Cry properties. Yeah. Go, Ishiko. Oh, We're out the window.
Leg it, son. Leg it. I mean, in fairness,
He's in a suit.
The other When They Cry properties didn't exist when they did this, so
it's true,
it's not like they had any frame of reference.
Chance. Yeah. It is funny that you can add all these little Easter eggs. I guess that's like normal, but that you can add all these little Easter eggs to the other stories with the hindsight.
He full on just tossed that kid. That wasn't a trip. He like actually threw him up.
It did.
Yeah, fucking get him, Jerry.
Throw Jerry at him.
Yeah.
I've got this badass suit that's really practical to fight in. Here we go. He's going to rip it. He's going to rip his pants.
I mean, you never know. Maybe he has a fighting suit. Those exist.
The equivalent of a combat suit? A fighting suit? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, stunt clothes do exist. That's not Oishi's shoes, which we've been shown extensively through the series.
I know. That's his defining quality, his shoes.
Hold on, are you implying to me that you know his name?
What? Him?
Well, where did the gun come from? This is unfair.
I meant Oishi's shoes. Oh no, he's been shot. What if he dies?
That was astoundingly abrupt to the point where I don't know why it had to happen.
Yeah, it wasn't super, like, drawn out intense like in the novel. Oh, is that the same frame?
I think that is.
It's the exact same frame! You can't just shoot a man and then use the exact same frame to say you're gonna shoot him again. That's just, it's lazy. There it is again! It's alright. Oishi's gonna save us from this loop of frames.
Whoa, what is that reaction time? Everyone just stood still.
Look. Oishi's got this.
And we haven't had it introduced to us that he keeps his service revolver on him, and the fact that they, haven't actually shot anyone, and all of the tension from this scene is completely pointless.
No, it's completely evaporated. It doesn't make any sense. It's just, we're going to get shot. Oh no, we got shot, and now we won. We did it. We didn't even get to see Oishi fight them in the boxing match.
In fairness, it's not like that was a particularly good sequence in the first place.
But it could have been really cool.
I suppose so.
I want to see Oishi fight a man.
I'm not so keen on it.
Suplex a man, Oishi. I've seen a man suplex a train. You could suplex a man.
A train?
Yeah. Play Final Fantasy VI, dude. You can suplex a train.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Duly noted.
Yeah, it's like the only boss monster in the game that you can use Saban's special moves on. Or those sorts of special moves.
Now he has the doctor that we've just raised suspicious on earlier this same episode.
I see, yes. All that suspicion from looking after that kid, maybe. Seeing his stomach, at least.
I'm so confused.
That's the doctor that saw that kid's stomach.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, it's... Oh. Like, the pacing in this arc is already super bad in the visual novel, and the anime just exacerbates it.
I mean, last episode I didn't think felt this egregious. It cut out some stuff, but it felt paced appropriately. But this is, ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was all for nothing.
Wow. Look, it's the breeze blowing the curtains. The curtains are the bad guy.
I was going to say, it's the hair of the building. The building is evil.
I mean, this is the hospital that Irie works in, so I actually agree.
Oh my god. The house is evil. It's the monster house.
But then what? Why has he got a bandage on his head when he was shot in the shoulder?
Because maybe he hurt his head when he fell over. Didn't you think about that? His poor head.
Well, yes, because that is actually something that is described when he gets beaten in the head with a rock in the visual novel, which didn't happen in this.
You're right. You know what? It doesn't matter. Clearly they animated the second half of this episode. The second 2/3 of this episode before the first third. Oh, God. At least the voice actors are having a good time.
That's true.
I know I don't speak Japanese, but I don't think that there's a terrible voice performance in here.
I don't know.
What? Not in the Japanese cast.
He sounds like he's taking himself too seriously for someone who's in a hospital bed.
Nah, dude. That's perfect. That's what we need from our fighter man.
People don't take themselves that seriously in hospital beds. That's made up. That doesn't happen.
Nah, dude. Sometimes you just gotta go ham, Oh, he's up and about. Gonna phone someone. Oh, it's time. It's time for a dilly of a pickle.
That honestly, even knowing what that was meant to be, I was not sure whether that was a cut cable. That's
was like a straw, like a plastic straw.
Yeah, it looked more like someone had...
Someone's like, who is leaving all these plastic straws around and connecting them to telephones? What a monster.
Don't you know that you should be using paper straws these days?
Save the environment. Ah, it's a pickle.
Say it.
Do it.
Say it.
Boo. Boo. You're in a deliver pickle, Rika. That's the line.
No old people, no conversations.
No good bits. They've just taken all the meme potential out of the dialogue and put it into the animation.
And, the subtext of all of the old people following her.
There is no subtext in this novel. There is none of that. It's just Rika all on her own.
Also, he was in his hospital gown. I feel cheated.
He was, yeah. We didn't get to see that Akasaka booty. That Aka booty. At least everything's happy now and not creepy.
Sure. That's not the hospital, you dipshit. Didn't we have this established earlier, like last episode?
I think so. I mean, we were here. I don't know if we had it established because of the amount of information we getting left out, but what are you going to do? What's Watanagashi? Watanagashi.
It's the wrong arc, actually, though, Akasaki. It's Himatsubushi.
It's true. This is the Himatsubushi festival.
What's Himatsubushi's time wasting?
Time wasting, yeah.
I guess that is what they are doing.
It's accurate, yeah. Poor Ryukushi. Everyone's having a good old time.
Except for those two guys in the background who are clearly having like an epileptic fit.
They just drank a little bit too much. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, here we go. That's an edgy hairline.
She's hit her eyes.
Oh my god, she's Naruto running.
That's what happens when you hide your eyes. You gain the power to Naruto run. You can't be shot if they can't see your eyes. That's
I would certainly hope so.
That's how it works.
Thank goodness someone installed a fence here in the anime. It was really dangerous just having a straight cliff in the VN. Ryukushi could have fallen off while he was taking those pictures.
Is that like the secret backstory? I bet he's got to have gotten injured on one of his expeditions because like he goes like all around Japan, all around the world, hunting for pictures, hunting for the sick sites, and like, does he have like a stunt crew to help him in case he falls? Like, I bet you if there's anywhere he got an injury while taking a picture, it's trying to reorganize his own office to get the picture of his computer. Yeah. His like pencils and his like computer. His like monitor fell on his foot. Yeah. That's the one.
Here we go. Oh, we got the edgy hairline. Her eyes disappeared. Oh, this is how you know serious things are happening.
Oh, she's crying. No. Rika, no. Oh, no, she's doing creepy things.
Oh, I like that motif in the soundtrack.
It's good stuff. Ooh. Good. That's
a good line. Is that actually? That's not in the VN, is it?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the translation we got, but the moon called death. Erasing the moon called death. It reflects on the water surface, I think was the line. Oh, it's beautiful.
And there you go.
It's a very poetic line.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an airport. We're in the future.
We've done it. We made it into the future. God, 10 minutes for like half an arc. It's insane.
Why are they using a 747 for a 2-hour flight?
I don't know.
It's a load of bullshit.
I don't know, dude. The main theme is playing. That means it's sad. Watch out.
Wait, if this is Sapporo, isn't that meant to be like a small holiday town? Like popular, but small?
I think so.
So why have they got like 3 747s flying here? This attention to detail is pathetic.
Are you saying that Ryukushi never actually went to Sapporo?
Miyuki? Who the fuck is Miyuki?
It's Yuki is his her wife.
Daughter,
his wife, rather. Yeah. His wife, Yukie.
The VN hasn't told us this yet, has it?
It's kind of a gut punch reveal, isn't it? Like right at the end of the arc?
No. We know that she died, but we didn't. It left it ambiguous that anyone survived.
I thought it was. I think that there was a mention of the daughter surviving. I thought there was.
I don't remember.
Hmm.
Maybe you're just getting mixed up. You can't. You telling me they bled that much from falling down a set of stairs?
Yeah, dude. That's what happens when you fall downstairs.
That's more blunt force trauma.
I'm pretty sure that was that might have been her water breaking. Might have been what's going on there.
What?
It was her water breaking, I think, was what that was supposed to be.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why it was like between her legs specifically.
I see. That makes more sense.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say like that's really gross, but like that's what was going on there.
No, I've grown up with too much medical knowledge in my life to be grossed out by that.
Fair enough. My parents are vets, but like still, there's some gross stuff.
But yeah, I don't think that we'd had the daughter introduced. I think it was just that left ambiguous.
I think there's like a line that suggests it, but there's no there's not a big conversation about like in this.
No, absolutely.
That's for sure.
He hasn't aged a day. In fact, he hasn't aged 10 minutes.
He's got silver hair though. That's how you know he's an old badass who will never die.
Didn't he already?
What? What?
They haven't aged at all.
It's true though. Akasaka hasn't
end of
changed.
June 1983. Toxic volcanic gas.
That sounds terrifying.
I wonder if we're still going to have the scene at the end of Arc 6.
Which scene? Which one? The
tip.
Akasaka scene?
Yeah.
I mean, I won't spoil anything, but I don't think so. I don't think we do.
See, I like that. I think that we were already discussing the fact that the end of Tatari Goroshi was actually kind of like a bit more engaging in the anime because it was so quick and so like suspicious. And I like that this scene is doing the job of the scene with Keiichi.
That scene, yeah, for sure.
Because if they were shortening the anime, you know, if the anime is shorter than the VN already, this scene is already way closer to the end of Arc 3 anyway. So it would have felt a lot more redundant if they'd kept both scenes in.
For sure. With all the re-explaining. Yeah, I mean, I think I actually mentioned this on the playthrough, but the anime has a scene, a different one to like meeting Akasaka, or the Akasaka like comes back to Namisawa. There's a scene where, oh, that's gross. There's a scene where I believe it's Oishi chatting with Rena, like after Arc 6. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I like that scene a lot more. I really like just getting to hang out with Rena when she's like an old lady.
Why was there like a TV static there in the flashback?
It's horror and it's a flashback. It's old crazy shit.
What the fuck is this? It's just a magazine on Oyashiro-sama's curse.
It's a regular old black and white color magazine.
And had the worst ending. Wow, Oishi taking shots at Ryukashi.
Fucking, I hate working on this novel. That's the worst ending. Get wrecked.
I only survive in this arc.
Oh my god. The plot twists. How could Rika know anything unless she's some kind of time-traveling crazy person?
That's a massive leap of logic you've made there, Ben.
You see, we tell me there's people who died who come back to life and shit. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's more plausible. Time travel is less plausible than resurrection.
Wow. Isn't it reincarnation?
That means Rika's behind it all, obviously.
Obviously, she is the killer, and she kills herself at the end to avoid suspicion.
No. She kills the first 4 people, then someone figures her out, goes for vengeance.
I see. A good old revenge plot. You know, I like that idea. I like that plot. You should tell Ryukashi.
Yeah, we finally got a better ending to your novel. This way Oishi will actually appreciate acting in it.
Damn!
Why didn't she send out an SOS to someone, he says to the person who she sent an SOS to.
Here we go.
Sending out an SOS.
Terrible.
Sending out an SOS
We get all the copyrights. You're getting the Higurashi copyrights. We're getting the SOS copyrights.
I wasn't singing that nearly in key enough.
You never know. See, that's why I always sing off key, because then I can never be copyright stricken.
I mean, you jerk, but dismembered and thrown away.
Well, that's no good.
Man, the faces are so inconsistent in this. That is terrible.
It's not an Akasaka face, is it? No.
No.
And the blurring on the edge of the frame
like,
isn't helping either.
Up.
Yeah, dude. Droopy eyes. I do like the way that they like manipulate Riku's eyes though to make her like, I mean, more like adorable and relatable and shit. It's good.
I don't know. The like adult voice that she has here is like, not to say that it's terrible because I do like her having a creepy voice.
I like it.
But I find it like there's something a little bit contradictory about her being like, oh, I'm still just in a young girl's body, so I can only do young girl things. And then she's like, oh, yeah, the fucking ghost.
She's ready to fucking go, dude. She's ready to throw down. Oh, God. It's the last death. Also,
like, surely there were other ways to make her voice more creepy that could have, like, made it more subtle, but still, like, off-putting.
I don't know. I like it. I mean,
I don't dislike it. I just wonder if there could have been something better they could have done.
I think it's fine. I think that, like...
I mean, we're doing the same thing anyway. So
speaking as someone who has, you know, more or less based my voice on this voice, like, what are you going to do? If she just would have spoken like this, just talking this way, da-da-da.
She doesn't want to die.
Just there like, don't die, don't kill me, don't fight.
Okay, so, well, actually, I really like these shots. That was cool.
Yeah. Overshot of the village.
Yeah, no,
that grown over.
That was very nice. I like that sequence.
There you go. We did it.
Well,
we watched Himatsubushi.
We did. It took us a long time. So long that we had to split it between two videos.
I'm sorry to all of you who had to wait. I know you all were just waiting for our reactions, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. You got to play the shitty hand that's dealt to you.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the first half of that, but the second half was like...
They were rushing to kind of wrap everything up, I think.
I think that really could have done with the
3 episodes. Yeah, probably. I think that 4 might have been stretching it.
That said, 3 episodes. Yeah, that said though, 3 episodes I think would have required them to create some of their own story in that, or to interpolate scenes from other arcs in there.
Maybe
because I think if they'd made it 2 whole episodes at like with what they had left there, it maybe would have felt too slow paced compared to everything else when this arc is meant to be a bit fast.
Sure.
So I don't know, maybe like, you know, we could have had other scenes about like Rika and her relationship to the older people in the village.
Yeah, for sure.
We could have maybe told, since we already weren't really telling it from Akasaka's perspective, if we'd had it from Oishi's perspective a bit, we get to look at like his connection to the site foreman, because I think we completely skipped that.
We cut that entirely. Like when that happened, the visual novel was like, oh, that's why Oishi cares. Right, I understand. Like the way that they like it is in the story, but I don't think it appears until like arc 7 or 8 even. Like it is just not a part of the story. Oishi is an enigma. Ooh.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's time for Meikashi, boys!
And we continue.
Lightning! Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, what's happening? This isn't good.
Oh, it's all right. She's just disposing of a skeleton.
No, she's just sleeping. Oreo is sleeping. Mion is sleeping. Shion is
Were those meant to be toes, or was she wearing socks? That was like...
socks.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to drag a bare foot across the floor. That's bad. It's just asking for trouble. It's how you lose toenails.
With the feet facing up from the floor?
What if they flip? What if they flip upside down? Did I tell you in a play I had to do that to someone?
You had to,
I had to drag someone.
Dislocate their feet?
So it was a play that I won't go over all the details, but essentially I just knocked one of the other actors, like one of the characters out, and like dragged them over like a door prop. And so of course there's like a bump in the door, so they're like part of the frame to stabilize it. And because it was the last night, we were doing all sorts of silly things because the last night you could do whatever you want. Yeah. And so instead of falling on his back like he was supposed to, he fell on his face.
Now that's silly. That's really...
Which was stupid of him.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to drag you face first over this door frame. And I bet it hurt. Yeah. Balthazar, you are my favorite actor.
I mean, you remember Andrew Fallon, who we had on Death of the Reader. We went to see his play,
What a good
Last
boy.
Temptations
What a
of
good boy.
Templeton.
Mm-hmm.
And one of his actors basically got stuck on the stage because they switched theaters midway through the production run, and the stage was like grippier on the second theater. So they were like, "Oh yeah, we could drag him off stage," and then it was just like, "Ah,
Yep.
ah!"
It's incredibly painful. Yeah. Just anything that involves you dragging people off, just don't do it. Or like learn how to be safe. I actually had that done to me once in a play. I was like a mafia tough, and this guy who was playing the protagonist from The Darkness 2 and 1.
That's why you just gotta wear pads for everything.
Great. And then I got dragged off the stage.
What is this
by some
fucking
other toughs.
church? Oh, right.
It's the school. Shion's Naruto running. Oh, not quite.
No, that's not a
Oh,
Naruto.
what if she was though? She's like a ninja.
Fare thee well to the story about the keys.
Ah!
See, look,
Who cares about keys?
look at how good this timing is.
Look, I'm okay with this.
What a
this
good
is good
team.
pacing. This is
Great
good. This is
work.
snappy. We're like, what the fuck is up with Shion? Who's this Kasai guy that is the best character?
Out in public, you're like in the middle of fucking nowhere next to a wall. That's not public.
We're heading to public. Oh, she's having a great time. And this is-
I really liked this scene in the VN, actually.
It was, yeah. It's also when they got UN. This was the first time, or the motif from it, at least.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It's
this
the
is
first
the
time.
first time we got the new soundtrack as a whole.
Because we love Dai. He's precious.
But like, I thought that I thought that like the opening of this arc was actually really compelling in the VN, but I still haven't really been able to like put my finger on why.
I don't know.
Because I think the whole thing with the keys was like a little slow.
Yeah.
It wasn't the slowest intro. The fucking green hair!
That's a lot of hair for a baby. It's like a lot of green hair.
Why?
That's how babies look when they come out. They just have green hair. I'm glad that got you. It's fantastic. Just like a naked baby with this like bright green hair. It's great.
The idea that the green hair is completely
It's
natural,
real?
like
Yeah. It's not
fucking
like
typical
toned.
anime bullshit.
Yeah, it's great. No, I agree. I like the opening. I also like the back and forth between Kasai and Shion. I think they have a good dynamic.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like trying to rein her in, but she's also his superior, and he's also got all these obligations. Like, obligations, responsibilities are great.
I think Mayakashi definitely grew the most on me as we were editing and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. Look, as terrible as Shion is, sometimes you just have to appreciate a good time.
Jumping between twins. This is too complex. Can't handle this.
This is when we give all the points to Ryukishi.
Is that foreshadowing right now?
Yes.
Did I just witness foreshadowing?
Oh, they're insufferable.
Nostalgic.
Mm. It was very quick though.
What a cute apron.
You're right. Kasai the chef.
I
Why
love-
is that not as bright?
I
Why
love
is
that
no,
it
like,
doesn't
kiss
even
the-
cover the top of his fucking suit
It's
too. Like,
entirely
what's the
impractical.
point?
Yeah, it won't keep anything off his suit. It's just adorable. Like, I assume Shion has like ordered him to put that on.
Thank goodness that she just has a copy of Mion's clothes, like first day in town.
Yeah. They have dead drops. They have like a system, you know.
I mean, they probably do. That's really
No, I
not that
agree.
far-fetched for them.
They're pretty like organized, all things said.
Why is everyone in the Sonozaki family just jacked?
Because they're all in the Yakuza. All Yakuza are toughs.
But
If you're a man, you're a tough. If you're a lady, you're like a seductress. Just how that works.
I mean, I guess.
Have you played anime games? That's how they all are.
I haven't. No, that's like my entire shtick on this show.
Is it you have never seen Japan?
I've never...
You've never seen a Japan?
I don't even know what the real name of the country is.
Oh my god.
Do you know what the real name of the country is?
It's a Japan, obviously. It's an entire Japan.
You shit posting, or do you actually not know?
What do you mean?
What do the Japanese call it?
Who knows? Japan. What do you mean? What? 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 I'm
You think the
scared.
Japanese call Japan Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not? You're scaring me. You're actually scaring me now.
What? They call it Sunrise Land.
What? That's different.
Which I believe is Nihon or Nippon. It did. Oh, the priest died all of a sudden.
It's very mysterious.
I'm looking this up right now, and I can't wait to just be wrong.
I'm not sure. Look, I know Nippon is a thing. Yeah. Go Nippon exists.
Oh, it's both. It's Nippon or Nihon, according to Wikipedia's first line.
They call it either? It's insane.
There you go. Looks like I was double right.
I guess so. You're just the most right person who was ever right in the world.
Now the question is, where does Japan come from?
It's a great question. Oh my god, she has a little hat. She's disguising herself with a little hat as if that'd help.
That's so fucking stupid.
With the bright green hair and the yellow shirt and the... Like, who's Mion talking to? Some idiot in a blue hat who's wearing Mion's other clothes. Hey, it's the protests.
This is far more violent than I'd pictured it.
Yeah.
Whoa, why is he missing eyes? Why is everyone just missing eyes?
It's Kimi Yoshinori. And they're all like ready to throw down. Damn. It's like a standoff. If there was like an alternate
reality. The English word for Japan came to the West from early trade routes. The Mandarin Chinese or possibly Wu Chinese word for Japan was recorded by Marco Polo as Chipangu?
Chipangu! What does that mean?
I don't know. The Malayan Indonesian words Jepang, Jipang, and Jepun
there you go.
were borrowed from non-Mandarin Chinese languages.
I guess you are the real weeb here. I'm a sham. You are the one. This is it. You're going to have to take over as the veteran.
That's right. I'm going to have to read ahead on all of them.
I'm to forget about all the Kikonia and Higurashi that I've read, and you're just going to have to be the veteran here.
That's true.
Be the weeb that you want to see in the world.
It is interesting, though, that, like, I think when we started Umineko, I actually had watched more anime franchises than you.
Yeah.
But
I think I might have caught up.
Since then, you've overtaken me by a sizable margin.
Have I?
I think so.
I've only watched like 3 or 4 shows. Is that enough to overtake you?
We'd have to go through the full... What was that framing? Why was it just like enter frame, boobs in the top
boobs
right?
in
like,
the top. Look,
like
boobs and legs. That's all that matters to Studio Dean. Okay. Boobs and
just
count the number of times that we open with like boobs in face, legs in center shot. It's gonna happen. Just you wait.
It's one of the interesting things about like presentations of like sexuality in media is like, where do you draw the line on what is acceptable for who to make? Because like, if it was
quality difference there. Sorry, yes, continue.
Well, it's lighting changes. That's perfectly reasonable.
But it looks so like bland and like hollow on the right, and so much more detail on the left. It's insane.
Yes, this cell shading really does look wild.
I think it does. I think that the like difference in depth looks like crazy different. But maybe I'm
you're not wrong, but it's
like I know it might just be simulating lighting, but terribly different. Anyway, sexualization, bad.
It's just interesting because like, you know, the whole question of like people being comfortable with their sexuality versus people, you know, being fucking cringe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I generally draw the line at like minors as a general rule. It's usually where the line is drawn.
Here we fucking go. I'm ready.
Beat him up. She could take him.
Once again, another scene that is completely changed in context by the absence.
Is that a swastika?
That is a swastika on his head.
Oh my! Do we have to censor that?
We genuinely may have to.
Because otherwise they can't play in Germany or anywhere, I think.
It doesn't matter. We're not putting this on screen.
It's true.
Did you see that? We foreshadowed the taser.
We did.
I love the animation of these guys. Just the like completely out of whack proportions.
Yeah, it's great. They're very like comical, which I like. Like they fill their role very well.
It kind of feels a bit out of place having the like slice of life stuff back again.
Nah, I think that might be it, though. I don't even know if there's any more slice of life to be had in this arc. I think it's just misery.
Oh my goodness, now we have internal monologue.
There you go. Shion needs more internal monologue. That's what she was missing as a character.
That's what this anime is missing. Like,
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, we're shitposting, but it's true.
It's really obnoxious putting internal monologue into like motion media, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I mean, the like whole conceit of like the plot revolves so much around like people's internal perceptions of things and how that changes and how it can be manipulated. So like not having the internal monologue or like spotlighting that appropriately really does like it hurts the narrative.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking
genuinely.
recently with Andrew B. Patterson on Death of the Reader about how he is writing a short story series that he does in third person when all of his other works have been in first person, and how different that experience is.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can definitely hashtag relate.
Are you writing a third person story?
No, but I have.
Exciting.
I've done both, and it's like a completely different approach in a lot of ways. I'm sure there are some people that would find it very easy, but like
switching, yeah.
One of the difficulties for me was that a lot of the time when I was first writing like D&D campaigns and stuff, I do a lot of like thinking of effectively first person, thinking of like how characters would perceive certain things.
Interesting.
But then because I don't have a monologue, it's very hard for me to present that without just expositing.
Sure.
And trying to figure out how to do that in other ways is a very interesting challenge.
How characters perceive things. That's interesting. It's an interesting approach. I don't know. I try to boil things down pretty easily so that I could just take a character, stick him in a scene, and just be like, what would be fun for them to do? I don't know. I don't try to like portray characters like too perfectly, if that makes sense.
I don't
know.
I don't either. It's more just that like when I'm world building, I tended to try to do it first person, and it didn't always carry across very well.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you seem like you're like much more interested in like following a singular character and like following their arc for a very long period of time.
In some ways, yeah, but I feel like talking about this much further would involve pulling out my history books from my D&D world.
You're right.
And that's not going to come across very well.
It's all right.
Maybe next time. That was a very strange way of presenting that visually, of Sadako like just flying across the screen from top to bottom.
Just getting yeeted across the screen, yeah.
I feel guilty at laughing at that, but like honestly, what was that presentation?
It was a PowerPoint slide, I think.
Irie just has a PowerPoint slide. This is how Sadako is being abused.
This is the symbolism PowerPoint. Like, yeah.
Holy shit.
He tried his best. Look, you tried your best. That's what matters. You almost got it.
That he did.
It's pretty good. It's time for this arc to be saved. Thank God.
Which home? Where are we going? Wow, that visual.
Like, oh shit.
I mean, this is what happens in the VN as well, but it was just so abrupt.
Yeah. It's a good beat.
Now
everyone's happy. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, like, I feel like it's implied in the VN that this is the same bus shelter from Arc 4.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out if it is here as well.
I think it is.
Probably is. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Especially when they could reuse assets.
It's true.
That felt like a much more abrupt leap in logic than it did in the VN.
It wasn't nearly as natural, for sure.
Not to say that it was particularly natural in the VN, admittedly.
Also, Rena, stand up straight. Thank you. She's just like leaning forward, like, I'm going to listen to you while bending forward. Like, stand up.
My center of gravity will be where I want it to be.
Or sit down. You're in a bus shelter. There's a seat, right? Rika was lying on it.
It's probably got a bit of water on it.
Oh, whatever, dude. Come on. Heckin' sit your butt down.
I'm very suspicious of this.
Oh, we got Psycho Suspicious Renner. Here we go. What footsteps? We've only had that mentioned like once. Oh, the eyes.
Interesting. Suspicious, concerning, dangerous, terrifying. Foreshadows. Did you just see that word on screen?
I know.
Foreshadowing acknowledged in fiction.
Oh God. It's the end. It's the end of storytelling as we know it. Higurashi's cracked it. Well, this is terrifying.
I feel like that could have been a really great visual if it wasn't just her head sliding across screen.
If it wasn't just a single frame for like 10 seconds, yeah. God, we are just so cruel to this show. I mean, it's true. It's all true. But still.
The show doesn't really do itself any favors.
Nah. Nice transition.
It was pretty decent.
Just cut like 3 scenes into one in a weird way. Oh, it's Sadako and she's all sad and stuff. What? You're just moaning and groaning.
I mean, it's cringy, but I feel like it's meant to be, so well done.
Yeah. Shion, read the room.
Good to work out and sweat.
Yeah. You could sweat in the bathtub for like hours.
So painful. Like, it's kind of interesting because, like, I feel like my main complaint about Arc 5 was how difficult it was to, like, sympathize with anything that Shion was doing.
But that's not important, Felix.
But, no. People's complaint was that we couldn't relate, not that we couldn't sympathize.
I see. Big difference.
But the thing is, right, is that I also feel like that's what's missing most here that makes it worse than the VN. Like,
we have even less reason
I have nothing to
like,
latch onto in this scene.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the lack of perspective, the lack of motive.
Yeah, we've only had one, like, 5-second clip that was her being like, Sadako is the one who's responsible, and now I'm gonna bully you.
Yeah, there's like 2 entire monologues here that are missing.
Yeah, for sure. Now she's just throwing books at the ground. These are like different colored books.
In fairness though, the absolute lack of cohesion with Shion's reasoning here, I think does to some extent portray it authentically from the outside perspective.
I suppose so.
Like,
yeah. I mean, she's known as the crazy yandere for a reason, you know? Like, they definitely portray the insanity, just even less of the sympathy. Which is why, you know, oh, it's Rika, she's the best. Which is why both Rena and Shion get away with the, like, and even Mion.
Yeah.
And so it's good with the, like, they're the yandere characters. They just kill people because they love their man, and that's all they do. Go, Rena, go.
Yeah, I'm
the best. Fuck! That was a meaty thonk.
That was a hefty sound effect.
I like it. Oh, Sadashi. He's missing his beautiful Canadian accent, but you know what? I guess he's an okay.
Oh, man.
He's an okay voice actor, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm very torn on this entire sequence right here because, like,
it's intense at least. Like,
yeah, it's intense.
It's shock factor.
It's incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and
like it's good in that respect.
I don't feel it serves the same purpose at all here as it does in
No. I mean, that's like the whole problem with the anime is that it's like shock factor and throwing shit at us and like this is traumatizing and this is horrifying. But like, I mean, there's a little bit of stuff happening here. We like learn a little bit about Shion and how sad she is. Playing the main theme again.
Yeah, nothing quite like blaming the guy you have a crush on for fucking what?
Yeah, her brains are scrambled, all right.
It's such a mess.
This is why people stand Shion. Damn.
I'm having such a like visceral reaction to that scene, and
really?
I'm not sure whether to like congratulate the anime for it or
just
take it to task.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean it's a crazy 20 minutes. Watching Shion just go fucking ham. I will say I think that you're definitely aided by having had the VN to like process all of this and think about it. Whereas when it's all shoved into 20 minutes, the entire like, hey, I just met you. I hate your sister.
And this is crazy.
And now I wasn't going to go there. Here's my number. So let's have bento. And then like, God, it's all Sadashi's fault, but it's also Sadako's fault. And now everyone just needs to die.
Yeah.
It's a rush, right? It's a roller coaster, but not in the sense that there's a long build up, more in the sense that it's just all down. It's like jerky. Not like delicious jerky, but like it's jerking up and down as it goes.
I'm just going to go along with that and
delicious
not question.
Jerky. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It definitely is.
I feel like I should have more to say on it, but like that's literally, it's just uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable
really
series
is.
that lots of people can grab onto and say, wasn't that like really crazy and fucked up when
Yeah.
Shion like threw that girl into a locker and then like pounded her and rancid, but like it doesn't have as much substance.
Yeah, no, I think that this was very off-putting in a good way because I've read the VN first.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, like if I was watching this the first time through by itself, I probably would have just been like, well, this is fucking stupid and switched it off. Like, I don't know what to take from that scene. It's a fucking jumbled mess.
It is. It is a mess.
A lot of ways.
Needs a redo.
I don't know if it does.
I think it does. It's pretty like it's fine. Like I watched it. It was life changing.
I feel like this is the multipleth time that we've had this discussion on this, but you know, I think that for the amount that it would cost to do this series justice relative to the audience that it would have, like I'm sure you could sell it with a pretty effective marketing campaign, but to some extent, the idea of a like niche multi-character study horror story is not something you're gonna sell effectively.
I'll tell you what I really want. There was an animation team, maybe it was just one person who, because Umineko also has a famously terrible anime adaptation. They took the
it has an anime adaptation?
Apparently, I hear. Oh, we should watch that at some point. But yeah, there was this one scene towards the end of the anime adaptation that goes up to the end of episode 4 that was not done justice, and so an animator took upon themselves. I think they were Spanish. I don't remember. Anyway, point is, there was some lovely person who like animated like one of the finale scenes from episode 4 and took the PS3 like voices and like overlaid that over the top of the scene. Honestly, if some talented animation person could just do that for the finale of Arc 6, I'd be happy. Just that one scene when we get to it. We'll talk about them, but like I don't know, like I was pretty okay with it being just a shitty anime, even though there was like this one like really amazing scene from Umineko that was like animated by a fan. It was fantastic. I'd love to see some like fan animators do that for a couple of scenes in Higurashi. I think that'd be great. There's actually, I'll talk about when we get to it, but there is a I think it's shots from the light novel ? Put to some like really sad music of Sumo Horoboshi scene where we get like it's from Renner's perspective of Onokakashi that we like hinted at in Arc 6, and it's like heart-wrenching. It's a beautiful little video. Anyway, we should talk about that when we get there.
We should next time.
Next time.